We are born with a deep instinctual desire to connect with others. We want to be kind. We want to help. We want to extend a hand to someone who is struggling. This impulse is one of the most beautiful parts of our shared humanity. It is the glue that holds communities together and the light that guides us through dark times. But this beautiful impulse carries a hidden risk. When our kindness is offered without wisdom and our trust is given without discernment, we can find ourselves in a place of pain. People can take our generosity for granted. They can mistake our open hearts for open invitations to take more than is offered, leaving us feeling depleted, resentful, and hurt. This journey from generosity to grief often happens slowly. It starts with a small favor, then another, and another. You want to be a good friend, a dedicated partner, a reliable colleague. You say yes when you mean no. You give when you have little left to offer. You believe promises that are repeatedly broken. Over time, this pattern can erode your sense of self-worth. You may begin to feel tired all the time, a deep exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. You might feel a growing sense of anger or sadness, unsure of its source. You might even start to believe that being kind is the problem. This is the kindness conundrum. How to give freely without losing yourself in the process. Understanding this dynamic is the first step toward reclaiming your power and your peace. If you give without setting limits, you are not just risking your own well-being, you are also enabling unhealthy patterns in others. You inadvertently teach people that your resources, your time, your energy, your money, your emotional space, are limitless and always available for their consumption. This dynamic prevents the growth of genuine, reciprocal relationships. It replaces them with transactional arrangements where you are the constant giver and they are the constant taker. Learning to set boundaries is not about shutting people out. It is about creating a safe and sustainable space from which you can continue to offer your kindness. The truth is, the most compassionate people I know are not doormats. They are the people with the clearest boundaries. They understand that to be truly generous with their spirit, they must first protect it. They know that saying no to one thing allows them to say a wholehearted yes to something else that truly matters. This essay is a guide to help you build those protective structures. It will provide clear examples, simple actions, and gentle scripts to help you navigate the tricky terrain of giving while protecting. It will show you how to be firm in your resolve while remaining soft in your heart, so you can continue to be the kind, loving, and helpful person you are, without being used or abused along the way. Love is, by its very nature, an act of vulnerability. To love someone is to open your heart to them, which inherently involves the risk of getting hurt. The goal is not to build impenetrable walls around your heart to avoid all pain, but to create a safe garden where love can flourish without being trampled. The principle is to love but protect your heart. This means not tolerating behavior that is abusive, disrespectful, consistently damaging to your spirit. Consider a romantic partner who has a pattern of lashing out with cruel words during disagreements. Afterward, they are filled with remorse and offer heartfelt apologies, promising it will never happen again. But it does. Each cycle chips away at your self-worth and fills your heart with a quiet dread. The action you must take is to define what you will and will not accept in the relationship. This is about establishing emotional boundaries. You must clearly and calmly name the unacceptable behavior and state the consequence you will enforce to protect yourself. It's not a threat, it's a statement of self-respect. You could say, "I love you and I want to work through our problems together. However, I will not be spoken to with disrespect. I will not accept name-calling. I will not accept yelling. If you start shouting at me or calling me names, I will calmly tell you that I am leaving the room, and I will not continue the conversation until we can both speak respectfully." Trust is the foundation of all healthy relationships, from the workplace to our personal lives. We need to be able to rely on others, but blind trust can set us up for profound disappointment, or naivete can lead to betrayal. Trust, but don't be naive. Trust but verify. Extend trust incrementally, based on demonstrated behavior rather than granting it all at once based on words alone. Think of a coworker who is charismatic and full of great ideas. They repeatedly promise to complete their portion of a team project, assuring you everything is under control. Yet, time after time, they miss their deadlines, leaving you to scramble to save the project. To avoid being taken advantage of, implement a system of verification. Great, it sounds like we have a plan. To make sure we stay on track, can you send me the draft of your section by Wednesday at noon? I noticed I didn't receive the draft. If this happens again, I won't be able to cover for the missed work and we'll need to let our manager know we're behind schedule. Being a good listener is a superpower. It allows us to connect. It allows us to learn. It allows us to show empathy. People who are kind often excel at listening. They create a safe space for others to share their thoughts. They create a safe space for others to share their feelings. They create a safe space for others to share their problems. However, there is a subtle danger in being only a listener. If you are constantly absorbing opinions, absorbing advice, absorbing demands without checking in with yourself or speaking your own truth, you risk losing your voice, your own needs, your own desires. Your own opinions can get buried under the weight of everyone else's. The key is to listen, but keep your own voice. Create a process. Listen first. Then pause. Check in with your inner wisdom. Create a buffer between hearing advice and accepting it. Use a simple, non-committal phrase. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I'm going to take some time to think about it. After listening, ask, how does this advice feel in my body? Does it align with my values? Does it feel expansive and right? Does it feel constricting and wrong? Once you have clarity, speak your truth gently but firmly. Instead of, that's a bad idea, say, I've thought about it, and a different approach would be a better fit for me. Or, I appreciate your perspective, and I've decided to go in this direction. Boundaries are the invisible lines we draw around ourselves to protect our well-being. They are not walls to keep people out. They are fences with gates that let us control who and what we let in. Many people think boundaries are just saying no, but they're multifaceted and cover different life areas. Understanding the types helps you spot where you feel stretched thin and what limits you need to set. Physical boundaries. The first and most fundamental pillar. Personal space. Privacy. Physical touch. Example, I'm not much of a hugger. I'd love to shake your hand. Or step back when someone is too close. Emotional boundaries. The second pillar. I can see you're really upset, but I don't have the emotional capacity to discuss this right now. Can we talk later? I'm not comfortable talking about someone when they aren't here. Time boundaries. The third pillar. Your time is precious and non-renewable. Work example. I'm available 9 to 5. Evenings are family time. Friends. I can help move, but only 2 hours Saturday morning. Financial. Fourth pillar. I don't lend money to friends. I set a budget for gifts. Digital. Fifth pillar. Decide when to check email and social media. Set online privacy rules. Please don't post photos of me or my children without asking first. Build these 5 pillars and you create a sturdy structure that supports your health and lets you engage with the world from strength, not depletion. One of the biggest fears kind people have about setting boundaries is that they will be perceived as rude, mean, selfish. We worry about hurting someone's feelings. We worry about damaging a relationship. But the truth is, you can be both kind and firm. The two are not mutually exclusive. The art of gentle firmness lies in the delivery, language, your tone, your actions. It is about communicating your limits with clarity and respect for both yourself and the other person. You can decline a request while still affirming the person. Instead of a blunt, no, try. I really appreciate you thinking of me for this, but I'm not going to be able to help this time. Simple, clear, direct. These are better than a long, rambling excuse. Over-explaining invites negotiation. My plate is too full right now. I value our friendship so much, which is why I need to be honest and say I can't commit to that. Your nonverbal communication matters. Calm posture, gentle eye contact, steady voice. A warm smile can accompany a no. You are declining a request, not rejecting the person. The goal is compassionate strength, not cold authority. I understand you're in a tough spot, but as I said, I'm not able to help. No argument needed. Consistency teaches people your no means no. Over time, people will learn to respect your limits. This practice is not mean. It builds healthy, sustainable relationships. It helps you show up with an open, generous heart because you can keep yourself safe. I hope these ideas gave you clarity and courage. Generosity and love are your superpowers. Boundaries are the shields that protect them. You can be kind and you can be strong. You can give and you can be safe. If this helped, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I will see you in the next video.